The financial world is shifting, and at the very heart of this unprecedented evolution is the XRP ledger, with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse making bold statements that are now echoing throughout the corridors of institutional finance, global banking giants, and fintech powerhouses. The XRP ledger, he said, is on track to completely transform the global payments system. These words are not hollow speculation. They are rooted in over a decade of development, regulatory navigation, real-world utility, and relentless innovation that has catapulted XRP from just another cryptocurrency to the core infrastructure, powering tomorrow's financial architecture. Ripple, once a startup with a dream to fix the antiquated, slow, and costly global remittance landscape, is now a titan with over 300 partnerships across 55 countries, all aligned around one mission: to enable instant, cheap, and reliable cross-border settlements with the power of XRP. The XRP ledger, XRPL, built from the ground up for payments, is not just faster, it's blazing fast, capable of settling transactions in 3 to 5 seconds with near-zero fees, and unlike other blockchains bogged down by mining congestion, it uses a federated consensus mechanism that is green, scalable, and resilient, making it the perfect foundation for a new financial reality. And it's happening now. Governments are watching, central banks are piloting integrations, institutional liquidity providers are onboarding daily, and the once skeptical finance world is now waking up to the fact that XRP isn't here to compete with fiat currencies, it's here to enhance and connect them. Brad Garlinghouse, speaking at a closed-door institutional summit, confirmed what insiders already know. The ripple effects of RippleNet and XRPL adoption are spreading into multi-trillion-dollar corridors, from Southeast Asia to Latin America, from European clearinghouses to African mobile money hubs, making XRP the bridge asset that doesn't just connect currencies but unifies the entire global payments infrastructure under one intelligent, interoperable, and transparent network. The timing couldn't be more critical. As SWIFT continues to show its age, with settlements taking days and riddled with errors, and as financial institutions face increasing pressure to modernize and tokenize, XRP emerges not just as a speculative asset, but as a strategic necessity. Ripple's compliance-first approach, partnering with regulators, obtaining licenses, and building KYC/AML frameworks into its technology, positions it light years ahead of the competition. XRP is not just the answer for today's payment inefficiencies, it's the backbone of tomorrow's programmable finance. With tokenization markets expected to exceed $16 trillion by 2030, and Ripple deeply involved in tokenizing assets like real estate, CBDCs, carbon credits, and interbank liquidity, the XRPL stands at the center of the largest value shift in human history. Brad's vision, backed by engineers, economists, and enterprise adoption teams, isn't just theoretical. Santander, SBI, PNC, and Tranglo are already live. Ripple's acquisition of Medico has laid the foundation for institutional custody. And now, with Ripple's application for a U.S. banking license, a UK payments license, and the latest expansion into stablecoins on XRPL, the financial world is finally waking up to the inescapable truth. XRP is not just a digital asset. It is the DNA of a new global monetary system. And as on-chain volume surges, smart contracts on XRPL gain traction, and NFTs, DeFi, and enterprise use cases explode, the countdown has begun for a complete overhaul of how value moves worldwide. In Brad Garlinghouse's words, we're not replacing banks, we're giving them a chance to survive. The new financial era is not coming. It's here, and XRP is leading it. XRP has officially secured a United States patent for a trust-based, instant cross-border payment system, marking a historic leap forward in the evolution of decentralized finance, enterprise blockchain integration, and global monetary flow. This newly awarded patent isn't just a milestone. It's a blueprint for the future of digital asset-driven remittance architecture, combining the secure, verifiable capabilities of blockchain with the real-world compliance and trust layers necessary for large-scale institutional adoption. At the core of this patent lies Ripple's ability to provide frictionless, instantaneous settlements across jurisdictions, banks, and regulatory frameworks, all while integrating elements of identity verification, transaction finality, and programmable trust via smart contract layers built directly into the XRP ledger. For years, Ripple has operated on the front lines of cross-border financial reform, challenging the outdated SWIFT infrastructure that relies on batch settlement, delayed messaging, correspondent banking fees, and limited transparency. With this patent, Ripple has effectively codified its vision into intellectual property protected under U.S. law, giving it an immense strategic and legal advantage in rolling out this technology across financial institutions, fintech platforms, and payment aggregators globally. According to the filing, the patented system introduces a dynamic trust-based scoring protocol that evaluates counterparty risk in real time while allowing near-instant settlement through a tokenized bridge asset, namely XRP. What this means is that banks and financial entities can settle cross-border transactions not only faster, but more securely, eliminating the need for pre-funded Nostro accounts while also adhering to strict regulatory guidelines. The system also leverages cryptographic validation and decentralized consensus to ensure auditability, security, and transaction integrity, all while functioning at speeds that are orders of magnitude faster than anything in the traditional financial system. This is the culmination of over a decade of groundwork laid by Ripple's engineering and legal teams. From its early partnerships with MoneyGram and SBI Holdings, to its more recent strategic developments with the launch of Rust and institutional platforms like Liquidity Hub and RippleNet, this patent signals that Ripple is not merely a player in the digital payment space. It is establishing itself as the foundational infrastructure for the next era of finance. Analysts are already calling this a pivotal moment in XRP's journey, as the patent positions Ripple to become the dominant provider of legally protected, trust-based, tokenized settlement rails. With this legal protection in place, Ripple can begin onboarding larger clients, central banks, government financial departments, multinational banks, without the risk of IP theft, while also licensing the technology in white-label form to other platforms looking to build on the XRP ledger's capabilities. The patent filing also hints at a future integration with AI-driven compliance layers, where smart contracts could automatically assess jurisdictional rules and regulatory frameworks, allowing even more seamless, borderless operation effectively, turning XRP into not just a bridge asset, but a dynamic compliance vehicle as well. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse released a statement expressing excitement and confidence, noting that this patent isn't just a win for Ripple, it's a win for the entire digital asset ecosystem. We now have a legally protected foundation, upon which we can build the next generation of trust-based, instantaneous global payments. This landmark development arrives just as Congress is finalizing sweeping crypto regulatory frameworks, and the timing could not be more strategic. With Ripple now armed with this patent, they are poised to lead the regulatory conversation from a position of strength, bringing clarity and compliance-forward solutions to the table rather than simply reacting to legal pressure. And in a financial world increasingly hungry for faster, cheaper, and more secure cross-border payments, Ripple's new system, backed by the U.S. government's own patent office, is more than a technical milestone. It's the financial system's next great leap forward. As central banks race to implement CBDCs, as trillions in tokenized real-world assets come online, and as institutions look for scalable ways to bridge old systems with new tech, Ripple now holds the patent-protected keys to unlock an entirely new global settlement layer, with XRP at its core.